time is money. Your most valuable asset is time. So you mentioned specifically about coaching folks on really how to spend your time. When they come to you or when you talk to folks, what would you say is the biggest time mistake you see people making?
I would say it would be doing things that you could be paying others to do less than your current hourly rate, to leverage other people's time. You automate it, you delegate it, you eliminate it. For me, my zone of genius is planning, is talking to people, is coaching, is working on the medicine. Example, in the hospital, my zone of genius wouldn't be utilized if I was in the medical room, equipment room, to make sure the inventory is all up to date. And that wouldn't be my zone of genius. But yet, if I'm doing it myself and I can't go out there and diagnose people to come up with differential diagnosis, what is your zone of genius? What are your 5 goals? What freedoms are you trying to achieve? Like time freedom, location freedom, emotional freedom, vitality freedom, like for health, financial freedom. I don't know if I discussed that. And then you work down, you chop down to perhaps a 3-year goal, 1-year goal, the 90-day goal. And once you have a focus of the 90-day goal that you would like to achieve, then you have a plan on essentially creating SMART goals, very specific, time-based. Once you figure that out, then you're not distracted by the other little things that you feel like you need to control, because there are things that you can outsource to other people who can do it way better than you, way faster than you. It's a micro-step process. But once you can leverage other people, then you will free up more time to work on your 5 goals and the focus, things that move the needle towards your freedom, and not just doing things to be busy, to check things off. The Eisenhower matrix was developed from President Eisenhower. Just imagine there's 4 quadrants. The top left quadrant is the urgent and important. That's where you don't want to be. You don't want to be rushed. Things that belong there are family emergencies and medical emergencies, time-sensitive items. On the top right quadrant, if you're looking at it, it is the not urgent, but important items. And that's where you want to spend most of your time on. Say a big project that you're working on with a deadline like 2-3 weeks out, but you have time to work on it. Down and left, it is urgent, but not important. So those are items that people are requesting things from you, and it seems urgent to them, but really it can wait. Bottom right is the not urgent and not important and should be eliminated, if that makes sense. Regularly, I do Olympic weightlifting 3 times a week.
Yeah, that sounds super fun.
I mean, I've been doing it since emergency medicine residency, and I love it. I think it's been almost 10 years. I started with more of a CrossFit type workout, started learning Olympic weightlifting. And for those of you guys who don't know, it's more, it's like snatches, cleans and jerks, plus, a lot of front squats, back squats, deadlifts, etc. as training for it. And I don't do any cardio anymore. And I just love the feeling of like flexibility, core strength. I don't need anyone's help carrying my 50+ pound luggage. And I like the feeling afterwards, and it's efficient. I can get done really fast in an hour, and the burn, it's going to continue on. And it's for longevity as well, because it'll keep my bone strength and bone density, muscle strength and bone density high as possible. I'm hoping to achieve the 5 freedoms. So the 5 freedoms, again, is time freedom to be able to change, work my schedule. Location freedom, location agnostic. I could work anywhere in the world, really. Emotional freedom, that's where I want to be in terms of emotional intelligence and having the capacity to take on anything in life. Vitality freedom, so in terms of longevity, and financial freedom, of course. So it's always working towards that goal. And I want to be able to control my own time. I definitely want to do medicine on my own time. So it's not like full-time like I need it to survive, but on my own time to practice, to provide value, and also do coaching to help create time for other people, and to actually travel and trek and experience the hardship of going up on altitude, to trek for like hours a day, to be in the cold, to survive. So those are the things I want to create down the line. English is not my second language. I mean, it's my second language. I was an ESL until middle school, and I actually I had to use a dictionary, but one of those electronic dictionary that you type in one word to translate. I would use that all the time in middle school in order to read books. I took English classes in Taiwan with Sesame Street for 7 years. I had, friends who are only Chinese, and we spoke Chinese only, Mandarin. And it was during a competition in middle school that the more books you read, you go and answer questions in the library, you get points, and whoever wins gets like a prize. And I was competitive, so I wanted to win. So I read books like voraciously in 6th and 7th grade up to like the 10th and 12th grade level. But I did it by translating almost like every sentence had a few words, and I just learned English that way. And Full House.
In Full House. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. And to stay updated on everything that the Action Catalyst is up to, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst Podcast and on Twitter at Catalyst_Action. And thanks for listening.